Competition. Competition is closely tied with supply and demand, which we will discuss in the next chapter. Competition may affect real estate values in a few different ways. First, we will discuss residential property. Assume a builder is developing and building the only subdivision in a community. Lots sell quickly, since the builder has the only lots available. Other developers hear of the success in the market and purchase ground to develop their own subdivisions. As the competition increases, the property values could be affected if the demand is not high enough to support the new subdivisions. Retail property could be affected in a similar manner. Assume a grocery store is the only grocery store for miles. The grocery store makes a substantial profit. The grocery store owners are willing to pay substantial rent in order to remain in their profitable market. Another grocery store owner sees the need for another grocery store in the market and builds a new store. The profitability of the first store decreases once the new store opens. As the profitability of the first grocery store decreases, they may be less willing to pay the high rent. This could negatively affect the value of the property being rented by both grocery stores. Conformity. If a property is consistent or in harmony with its surroundings, the value is enhanced. If a property is not in harmony with its surroundings, its value is negatively influenced. This is referred to as the principle of conformity. Assume a property owner builds a new home on a vacant lot in a subdivision. The rest of the subdivision contains 1,500 square foot homes. The new home is 6,000 square feet. How will the value of the new home be affected? Because the new home does not conform with its surroundings, the principle of conformity says the value of the home will be negatively affected. The home would be more valuable if it was built in an area of similar homes. Let's change the story a little bit, but use the same building lot. The homes surrounding the lot are all traditional ramblers. The exterior of the homes consists of brick and vinyl siding. The new home being built is the same size as the other homes, but is a log cabin. How does the principle of conformity apply? Again, the home does not conform or fit to its surroundings. The principle of conformity states the value of the home will be negatively affected. Let's look at the same building lot. The homes in the surrounding neighborhood are all 20 years old. The new home is built to conform with the surrounding homes as far as appearance. What does the principle of conformity state about this situation? Again, the new home does not conform. It is a new home surrounded by substantially older homes. The value of the home will be negatively affected. Contribution. Contribution refers to the amount of value any part of the property adds to the value of the property as a whole. This principle is typically used to evaluate the value of improvements. Let's examine the installation of a swimming pool. Assume a swimming pool costs $75,000 to build. The principle of contribution asks how much the swimming pool adds to the value of the property. Most likely, the $75,000 swimming pool will not contribute $75,000 to the value of the property. Assume the addition of the pool adds $40,000 to the value of the property. Under the economic principle of contribution, the swimming pool was not a good idea. Assume the swimming pool was built on a property in a market which does not readily accept swimming pools. Perhaps the climate of the market is too cold to use an outdoor pool very often. In this case, the addition of the swimming pool may decrease the value of the property. The principle of contribution may be applied to remodeling projects as well. Assume a homeowner spends $20,000 remodeling their kitchen, and after the kitchen remodel, the home is worth $25,000 more than it was before the remodel. In other words, the $20,000 investment in the kitchen contributed $25,000 to the value of the property. According to the principle of contribution, the kitchen remodel was a good idea. The principle of contribution is valuable when evaluating any remodeling plans or improvement plans. Many homeowners expect to realize the full cost of their improvements in the new sales price of the home. Some homeowners may even expect their changes will contribute more to the value of the home than they will cost the homeowner. Real estate licensees will often be asked by sellers regarding the wisdom of remodeling or improving their property. Licensees should be ready and able to explain the principle of contribution to their client. While an improvement may not contribute value equal to its cost, the improvement may help sell a home. In a slow market where homes are difficult to sell, improvements may be a good idea. Highest and best use. If a property is being used in a manner which maximizes its value, it's being used at its highest and best use. The highest and best use for a property may change over time. Let's examine a piece of agricultural property surrounded by other agricultural property. The property is used to grow a crop, which is very profitable to the owner of the property. Is the property being used as its highest and best use? An absolute answer to this question is probably not possible. However, we're able to examine other uses. What if the owner of the property wanted to stop farming and raise sheep? If raising sheep produced more income than the crops being grown, the raising of sheep may be the highest and best use. What if the owner of the property wanted to build a home in the middle of it and plant grass on the remaining property? The use of the property as a residential property is probably not the highest and best use. Fast forward a few years and assume the agricultural property is now in the middle of several residential developments. Is using the property as an agricultural property still the highest and best use?